Will not put in a quorum call at this time.
Senator from Oklahoma.
Mr. President, a lot of my colleagues have come down and talked about the outrage of the $180 billion for AIG executives after then, of course, the excessive bonuses. And I think that we should be mad at a lot of people, I guess, right now. Certainly the executives that are the ones that once ran a great company into the ground. But that's not where the blame ends. It's not where the buck stops. I know that I'll upset some of my colleagues when I remind them and the American people that much of the blame should be directed right here in this chamber, to members of this body, the United States Senate, and to the other side of the Capitol, because that's where it all started on October. It was October 10th. This 75% of the United States senators voted to give an unprecedented amount of money to an unelected bureaucrat to do with as he wished. This happens to be $700 billion, largest amount ever authorized, if you could use that word, in the history of the world. So 75% of the senators in this chamber said to both Secretaries of Treasury Hank Paulson and Tim Geithner, let's keep in mind he was in on this deal too, that when voting in favor of a massive bailout and I just put this in quotes, go ahead and take the $700 billion and do anything with it you want. So how can those who were supporting giving money to a bureaucrat to do anything he wanted to with? There was nothing in there. The guy made a promise. He said, I'm going to go ahead and spend it to buy damaged assets, but he didn't do that. He instead of that money went to banks, and I don't know that there's any positive results in the way of credits as a result of that effort. Now, when it comes to AIG, outrage doesn't even come close. I've said for a very long time, from the outset, in fact, that the federal government needs an exit strategy for its entanglement into financial systems. The revelations that AIG is trying to give hundreds of millions in bonuses at the same time it's the recipient of the largest government bailout in history shows us why. Now, how can you give out bonuses when the United States taxpayers has to rescue from the sudden failure? What are these bonuses really for exactly? I understand bonuses should be rewarded for a job well done. Well, it's pretty clear when they get bailed out by the taxpayers, it wasn't a job well done. And what could possibly justify the bonuses? I normally would not support having the government try and micromanage pay packages in any industry, but these are not normal times. AIG has received almost $180 billion in U.S. taxpayers' bailouts. The United States government owns 80% of the company. How the executives at AIG do not get the fact that these are not normal times is just absolutely mind-boggling. I've been saying for a long time that we need a change in course in our approach to the financial bailouts. President Obama's Treasury Secretary came out over a month ago, February 11th, and he said he had a plan for a change in course. We've been waiting since February 11th for that plan. Nobody has it. And so we don't have any idea if anybody has a plan out there, but certainly we haven't heard anything from Tim Geithner. Now, I don't know how someone at AIG giving out or receiving a bonus right now can look themselves in the mirror, but I and my colleagues in Congress can look you in the eye right now and say, if we don't see action on this and action on it soon from the administration, you can be sure that we'll do all we can to right this wrong to get these bonuses back. There's several people working on how mechanically that would work now. But above all, we need the people to demand a change in course when it comes to a financial rescue approach. And again, I would say this, and I hesitate saying it, but when we, and I hope this will never happen again, because at the time that on October 10th, when a decision was made that influenced 75% of the United States senators in this chamber to give $700 billion to an unelected bureaucrat to do with as he wishes, then turn around and complain what he does with it. It's not reasonable. I hope this never happens again. So with that, Mr. President, I believe there are some things in the working now that are going to change this situation. I hope we can be successful. It's unconscionable what has happened. And with that, I'll yield the floor.